So in this exercise, we're going to be focusing on working our abdominal muscles, but also in the back of the arm and shoulder blade muscles. We need to find a good position here where we're in about 90 degrees of what we call hip flexion. So you want a 90-degree angle here and a little bit more than a 90-degree angle at the knees to where you can actually see your toes above your knees a little bit. Feet are shoulder width apart on the wall in front of you. You need to find some type of item that is, I don't even know this, about like an inch and a half, two. It's probably like 2 to 3 inches actually. Something a little bit higher. If we're pushing down, because what we're going to do is push down. If you push down too low, what's going to happen is your shoulder's going to pop up. We want to avoid that. So you do need some item that's a little bit higher. It can be higher than this as well. And what you're going to do is get 2 of them. So I have 2 of these. These are called yoga blocks. So I have 2 yoga blocks, and I'm putting them down here to where the wrist and hand area of my arm are going to kind of rest on them. Now in this position, I'm going to try to take my shoulders and my shoulder blades, and I'm going to get them back a little bit and down. Now, when I do this, there is a little bit of a stretch through my neck, and that's fine. I do want you to make sure you have good head support with a pillow. So shoulder blades are down and back. Now, in this position, my rib cage wants to pop up. I want you to do a slight rib cage tuck to push it back down, and a little bit of a pelvic tilt. Now, when you do your pelvic tilt, you are going to feel that you push into the wall a little bit with your feet, and that is absolutely fine. So when you push into the wall a little bit, you're looking at that anywhere between 5 to 10% of what you possibly could do, so it's very minimal. You will feel the backs of your legs and glutes kick in some. That's perfect. That's what we're going for here. So to make sure we're in the right position, let's go over this again. We want to have some type of blocks or some type of item underneath our arms, and they're going to go underneath the wrist and the hand. Shoulder blades are going to be back and down. We're doing that slight little rib cage tuck, a little bit of a pelvic tilt to engage those abs, pushing into the wall slightly. Now here's the part of the exercise that we're actually going to do. You're going to take your hands and your wrists, and you're going to push down into the blocks. As you push down into the blocks, what you're going to feel happening, hopefully you feel your abs kick in more. We want to make sure that we're not arching as we do this. So we want to feel our abs kick in more, really force that posterior pelvic tilt where you're pushing the back flat. You are also going to feel this some around the shoulder blades. What you should be feeling is all those shoulder blade muscles that you contracted to get your shoulder blades back and down should be getting a little bit tighter. And you'll also feel the back of your shoulder and that triceps and posterior delt area get a little bit tighter. So again, let's do this all together. We're going to arms down on some blocks, shoulder blades back and down, slight rib cage tuck, push the back flat for our pelvic tilt. We're going to push into the wall slightly, about 5 to 10% of what we could do, and then push down into the blocks. As we push down into the blocks, make sure the shoulder blades are back and down. You should feel that get nice and tight. Make sure you're contracting your abdominal muscles. You're also going to feel those get a little bit tighter as you do the exercise, and then relax.